So all the blocks for the 12 holes are ready. Some are kind of tall, but I think I'm gonna grind them down after gluing them in. So now we need to remove each one of them, put some brake clean in, try it, and then use some Loctite clone to glue them in. So these holes are not tapped, and I think we can make them M8. So this is 6.8. Let's see if we... Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that looks good. So M8 it is. This is M10. Now let's go for M8. So I'm just gonna coat this with a thin layer of nitro paint, so you can fix if it gets damaged, you just spray on another layer. It dries really quickly, doesn't need to cure, and the new layers combine with the old layers, so I have plenty of this car paint. Yeah, and I need to find my Whitworth screw that I'm missing so I can fill the last hole, but I can do that anytime because I can reach from both sides. So wow. So now we need to reassemble the linkage, everything we drilled out or cut out, and let's start with that one. So the holes themselves are like 10 millimeters, so we could use a 10 millimeter rod and we could simply make a new pin and pin it over, or what I prefer is this is not visible, and if I get a M10, if we use that one and kind of stick this through here like so. This is a little bit too long, needs to be cut off. So this is perfect. This is good. You can take it apart and it works fine. And I think I'm gonna go for that solution. And then we have the lever thingy, and this goes in here like so. And for that, originally there was this very strange bolt that we cut out with that shape. And what I found out is this is like 11 millimeters, and I found these M8 connecting nuts, like there's a M8 thread inside and they are 11 millimeters on the outside, and it fits perfectly, really perfect. Just needs to be a little bit shorter, but otherwise it's like perfect fit for both sides. For, you see, so I thought, okay, now I found the perfect solution, just put an M8 screw on both sides. But if I put this in, and it goes in halfway, and then it stops. Somebody 100 years ago drilled this thing not straight. Absolutely not 90 degrees. So my plan is like carefully file down one side, so it's kind of keyed then, and it will fit through one way only, and be turn with that part, but it can move inside with the inner part, so that should work. So we're gonna key it on this side like so, and then it fits. This should also carry the weight. If you use long M8 screws that go all the way, then this should be enough to hold the weight of the whole thing. So, and then the final one, which is the thing that goes into the base. The plan is to use M12, and I have some M12 stock here, even bought a new one, like so, And I also drilled this up to M12 already. Even got this nice shiny one here. In the catalog, this went through to the base, and then you had a quarter pin on each side holding it in. The base itself has like 12.5 holes, so no problem there. It's gonna be a little bit sloppy, but that's how it is. So let's do all of this and reassemble the whole thing. Yeah, so that is back together and some grease on it. I cut it, so yeah, this is the linkage. I like it. Alright, it's finished. So now we need to get this figured out here. Yeah. I think that's it. So that is back together too. Got the pin all fitted into the base, but it doesn't fit the fit to 12 millimeters right now. There's some mill scale on it, so we are gonna sand this down a bit. Looks good. So, finished with the pin, and in hindsight I should have made it from this bolt because it has the perfect diameter. That would have saved me a lot of work. I mean, I can still do it, so that's a spare. Let's put it in the pile. And we are going to mount this like so. Turn it around, and then just 2 washers on each side to center the thing. I already tested it and it works, so there's not much play left to right. Time to replace the Whitworth thread here with a fresh one. Got this kind of cheap. Need to cut about here. So, and once we have cut it, we need to file a flat spot in, like here. This is where the bolt is from the base, otherwise it rubs on the bolt, so we need to file a flat spot over here. That should do it. That's the old broken off screw from the brake thing, and we're going to turn it into a set screw for the handle. And I decided to make this a square driven one, because that's easy to do. So we are going to put a square on the mangled part where I used the vise grips to remove it. So like so. You need to put a point at the tip, so let's do that. So I think that is the finished product. Just clean up the threads, but it fits nicely. So guys, everything ready? Let's put it back together. Yeah, that works well. I made these thin washers so the quarter pins don't ruin the paint that much. Probably will have to readjust it. Yeah, but okay. So now we need to mount the column on that. So okay. Nice. Oh, it's solid. Time to put on the table. So now we can take our time. Yeah. So guys, finished with the Meier Weichelt Mobile Workbench, and it was an interesting project with some new to me fabrication, like bending the handle, which wasn't easy, but we managed to do it. Otherwise, I could use a lot of over-the-shelf parts, like nuts and bolts. Had to order the Whitworth all thread, but otherwise just stuff you can buy in any hardware store, so nothing complicated. Just a lot of work, painting it and stripping it and everything. But I soldiered through, and now it's finished. And it will never look as good as it's looking right now, because I'm going to use it. So it's going to get nicks and scratches and dirty and dust and stuff and like that. So enjoy it, how it looks right now, because it's the last time it will look like that. And on the back here we have those two rails for the drawer that used to be here, and I'm not gonna put one back in. I am going to make a shelf that hangs here, maybe removable, don't know right now, but there's gonna be a shelf here, so I can put some tools there, or put my welder in there if I want to weld something on top, so it's out of the way and doesn't get sparks, hit by sparks and everything. So that is something to do, not right now, but in the future. But what this workbench needs is of course a vise, and I have a few vises, and right after this segment here there is going to be a part where I show you guys these vises and pick one. So I did this already, so the vise I picked looks like that right now, and it's ready for paint. And this is of course going to be a video of the series Restoring That Vise. It's the next video. So if you want to watch some cool vises, just keep on watching. And otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the rebuild of the mobile workbench. I did. So see you in the next video. So, I got some vises here. We have my Heuer number 5, 6 inch, a VS3 120 millimeters, like 5 inch, HS3 same 120 millimeters, 5 inch, and padding house record first generation, also 120 millimeters, 5 inch. So let's put them on the table and see what looks best, so we can choose one. So first thing is, the bench is really stable, but it pivots more easily to the back than to the front. so a front opening vise is probably better. In the first catalog it was a front opening VS pictured, and in a different catalog it said back opening HS. So I have both. Let's try them out. So this is an VS3 120 millimeters, and you would have to mount it like so, kind of like so. The holes that were in there are for a bigger one, maybe a VS6, maybe, probably. Don't think it's a 4, so maybe even bigger. And it leaves a lot of space behind it, so that's okay. And you know, Meier and Weichelt table, Meier and Weichelt vise, probably a good match. But yeah, it's one thing I noticed and that I don't like is if you look at that vise, you have this overhang here, so you can look downwards, but on this side you hit the slide. Don't like it that much. And also it sticks out that much all the time. I don't know. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that. So that is the VS. And here we have the HS. I also have a bigger one, which you saw me using when I bent the handle, but it's kinda stowed away. So this is the HS, and it also sticks out quite a bit, but there's a lot of space behind it. And it would be mounted like so and opens to the back, which with the pivot is maybe not 100% optimal. And then I have my Heuer here, and the problem is that these holes are outside the area, the mounting area, so it's simply too big, and it also limits all, this takes all the space away, so you can't do much here. And I have this old padding house here, which I got long ago. It swivels 45 degrees to each side, but I think if you mount it like so, if you mount it like so, we can swivel it out of the way and have all the table space. And when you need it, you swivel it back. And you can also use this for pipe work or something, like if you clamp in something like so, you can use it and work like that. So I think that's the best solution. I would probably put a plate in between, because the front is missing here on the table, so a little steel plate. And there's a small problem where you hit things like that, swivel base or the handle, so if you need to clamp in something really long, We just use some thick soft jaws to offset the jaw a bit, and that should fix that. So also I'm gonna just a tiny little bit enlarge the slots here, so I can rotate it like 5 degrees more. And I'm also gonna weld on a tab here, so we have 4 mounting tabs, because right now we only have 3. And clean the vise up, but that's all I'm gonna do. And I think, yeah, that's the one we are gonna go with. It's not a Meier and Weichelt, but the best match for what I want to do with the table.